You ever seen Wayne's World? Do you know what Wayne's World is?
Yeah, they have like the Wayne's World or something like that.
Yeah. You ever see the movie Wayne's World?
A long time ago, but yeah.
I was thinking about how we could count it down. Kids say, "Hey, we're about to film," and they do like the 5, 4, like 3. Do you remember that?
No,
it's fine.
Okay. Don't worry about it. I could look it up, but
no Anchormans, no Wayne's World.
I'm not very cultured.
You're also very young.
It's true.
Very young. Welcome to the program. We're going to talk about music, motion, meaning. It's episode number 2.
Drum Corps.
Drum Corps. Not the Drum Corps Bride. R.I.P. But they were dead anyway.
Right.
Because it's a corpse bride. I'm Jaden Motoy Jr. It's General Feg Media. He made it back. Aiden Spicer. I'm surprised you came back. I wasn't sure if maybe you got a bunch of endorsements already and sponsorships and phone calls in the last few days.
I got one comment from Leander Mama. Appreciate that.
Well, if you didn't get a comment from Leander Mama, then you should be concerned because all things Leander, right?
That's true. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, but no
pride, as they say.
Carhartt didn't reach out?
Carhartt did not reach out.
Oh. HTO didn't?
HTO didn't reach out.
Talk to me. Flow, UDB, any of those? DCI?
Mm-mm.
They didn't ask you to be on the just now announced return of Big, Loud, and Live to be a special correspondent?
Big, Loud, and Live.
Are you going to be on it? Did they ask you?
I'm not going to be on Big, Loud, and Live, actually.
Well, we don't know yet. They could very well do that. But after a 1-year hiatus, so Big, Loud, and Live is the show. This one, they used to do 2 different shows. They would do it at the beginning of the season, sort of a pre-tour preview. It would be from Michigan or from Detroit or something like that. And then they do one during championship week, prelims, semis. Certainly not finals because Flow has the contract to do that kind of thing. So this one, they just said it. They just announced it. It will come back on Thursday, August 7th. Now, they don't show everybody. It is a 5-hour event, a 5-hour tour. Live commentary, interviews, real-time scoring, as well as the top 15 drum corps. So there used to be a whole thing like, oh, we can make the top 15, we can make the movie theater show. It's kind of like being good recruiting. So that's exciting that they're bringing that back. Steve Rondinero, longtime DCI broadcast host, more than likely will be back. I can't think of a reason why he wouldn't be back.
So how does this work with the movie theaters? How do they choose which ones, or is it just like Cinemark or something?
So it is in collaboration with Fathom. You familiar with Fathom at all?
No.
Fathom Entertainment, they're the ones that if you go to the movie theaters, they talk about, they'll show New York Met stuff or they'll show orchestras. Like, it's the arts.
Got it. Okay.
So to speak. Yeah. And so this falls under that. You said before we filmed, when was the last time you went to the movie theater to see DCI?
It was 2019.
And you said you were a little kid, but that was like 6 years ago.
I mean, in my eyes, I feel like I was little. I was in
you were 12.
7th grade. So
okay.
Not that little, I guess. But yeah, it was DCI 2019. So like the Blue, I think it was Ghostlight that year.
That sounds about right.
And the Beatles show, Blue Coach.
That's
Blue
right.
Coats.
Blue Coats. It's fine.
Yeah,
it's fine.
It's fine. I was a big fan.
Where were you at the time? Like, do you remember what because you mentioned it was Sassy Leadership Drum Major
Yeah,
Camp.
it was a Cinemark in Denton, Texas.
So it was Denton. That's what I thought, because we would all go as a team. Many of us either in drum corps, formerly of drum corps, working with drum corps, whatever. So 2019, yeah, that sounds about right.
Yeah.
Fantastic. So does that mean that you will be going to the movie theater show if they show it in Movie House or Movie Town or whatever they have?
Maybe.
Leander, Cedar Park. The greater
they got a area. Cinemark, yeah.
A Cinemark. All right. Well, if Cinemark would like to sponsor us, send us some free tickets. We'll take free popcorn, free sodas, free drinks for your boy who's of age. You can have a slushie, a Slurpee, probably.
A Slurpee.
What's your favorite Slurpee brand?
Flavor. When I was a kid, I really liked the Coca-Cola.
Coca-Cola. It's my second favorite. Cherry's number 1.
Okay,
I like cherry. I like cherry. So a lot has happened in a few days.
Yeah, a couple days.
Like we filmed and then it uploaded and like more stuff happened and more stuff officially released, more stuff non-officially released. There was an oops with a certain drum corps. According to the internet, he meant to upload it privately on YouTube. It did not. And by the time he realized it, someone had already downloaded it, cloned it, and uploaded it. So
what's drum corps? You allowed to say?
We'll talk about that. That'll be the second topic we talk about.
Okay.
But let's start with a corps that had an official unveiling this weekend, a parent preview. I think for the first time ever, they charged admission as opposed to donations only.
Whoa.
That's neither here nor there. But the Carolina Crown, they had their show this weekend, and nothing stays quiet for long once you perform. Though Madison Scouts did their show last night, and I haven't seen a video, so it's been very, very quiet. They may know, like, we'll keep it quiet as long as possible before Diesel talks about it. But at Carolina Crown, they did their show. So
you predicted the props; they were huge.
They were. Well, I saw a picture.
Oh, okay.
So,
well, he didn't predict them,
but I knew. We saw everything. We saw the uniforms, we saw the costumes, we saw flags, we saw everything but the closer. Because I believe they stopped right after their ballot.
The ballot, it was the end of the ballot.
Right?
Yeah.
So I always like to do Oreos. We'll start with the good, and then you can say maybe not bad, maybe just things you didn't like as much, and then we'll finish with good stuff. So, what was your favorite thing from seeing or hearing this Carolina Crown show? As I look up what it was called and all that stuff.
Immediately, I mean, obviously the brass in the book, the ballad. That seems to be everyone's favorite part, and it is mine as well. Yeah, man. I mean, the brass obviously is amazing, and the music's very well written, and the I'm a fan of the new style of percussion and the battery, and just kind of the new. I don't know. It's a different sound, but I like it. So
yeah, I will have to agree. Now, Mahler is one of my favorite, if not my favorite composer out there. So to have them play that ballad in Carolina Crown. They play the heck out of their ballads. So I really enjoyed it. I remember listening to it and go, oh, that's just like really, really good. I thought that will be my favorite musical moment from them, unless the closer just wows me in a different way. But for them, that will be my favorite ballad and will very well be my favorite interpretation of a Mahler piece this year on the field. Now, we did see only up to the ballad. I do like the percussion as well. It's a different style of writing from the Mike Jackson, Kevin Shaw that was doing it previous. It's the Joe Hobbs and Cliff Walker. We had mentioned that last year on there. We had talked about the Wes Cartwright effect. It's his first year with Carolina Crown. And I will be honest, and this is not a knock, so this still fits in the top. If you were to show me a picture of their core uniform, especially the color guard uniform, I would have thought this was Broken Arrow High School. And that's not a positive or a negative, but it's a very distinct look.
It's a style, yeah.
It is. It's very, and the props too. I saw this online. I cannot take credit for it. And whether they said it tongue in cheek or they said it as just a true opinion.
Yeah.
They said biblically accurate angel prop.
Okay.
Because if you were to read what biblically accurate angels look like, they don't look like
They look like that.
Yes, they don't.
I've seen that before. Now that you're saying,
they don't look like the white Christian nationalists, blonde hair, blue eyes, and all that stuff.
Yeah.
They have eyes everywhere. They have limbs. Like it's not the most aesthetically pleasing look if you think of him as a messenger from God, so to speak. So the show is called The Point of No Return, and if you know your Wes Cartwright, Broken Arrow, LD Bell type shows, there is an affinity for apocalyptic type stuff, end of world type stuff,
getting that vibe.
Crisis, something, a nuclear bomb. Now I'm just, but anything in that vibe. And this gives you that sort of feel of.
I mean, they're playing Dies Irae, right?
They're playing the little bit of Dies Irae.
Yeah.
But Carmina Burana makes up the majority of the
Day
piece.
of Wrath, by the way. That's what that means. So it makes sense.
Thank you for educating people out there. Thank you. What language is it?
Latin, maybe?
Yes, it's Latin. Not Latinx, because it's Hispanic, Mexican. I can say that because you can't. The Point of No Return, we talked about that. Carmina Burana is the main music for Prague. 1968, a seminal work for a band and whatnot. Symphony No. 5 in C-sharp minor, movement for the Adagietto, which is the Gustav Mahler. The closer, which we have not heard, is the Devil's Staircase, last played by the Vanguard in
Sounds cool.
something or other, and then Carmina Burana, which they haven't given you the full, so that's the closer. Like you're going to get that kind of thing probably mixed in there. There is no shortage of tongue gymnastics, no shortages of long, drawn out, humongous chords.
Sounds like Crown.
It sounds like Crown. After seeing it and hearing what you were able to hear and see, does that change your thoughts on sort of an early season prediction? I don't think you necessarily disagreed with my prediction. I think I put him in fourth.
I don't disagree with that.
So you still think they're a fourth right now?
Yeah, I could see that.
Do you think they
Who's
could?
in fifth?
Phantom Regiment.
Phantom Regiment? I haven't seen Phantom Regiment, so I can't make any comments. But
That's another drum corps that I've seen and heard nothing from. They could be releasing something today. I don't know.
Who knows? Yeah, but
who knows? Who knows? So yeah, I personally did not see or hear anything that makes me go, I think I should have put him in second or third or first.
Right.
That's
I could
just
agree with that.
me.
I could agree with that. Yeah.
There's a term that I've heard judges use, designers use. I understand people are going to think it's hate, but it isn't exclusive. There can only be one. I do not think in its current presentation that is a championship show. That is not a show that I think.
It's not ridiculous to say that.
No, but in most years, there's 2, if you're lucky, 3 shows that are championship shows.
Yeah, it's like this could be,
Correct. In its current iteration, not seeing it and hearing it, but it is. They haven't even had their first real show yet, and these designers, are notorious for saving things for San Antonio and beyond. Who knows? Who knows?
It's true.
As we move on.
They do change a lot. So
they certainly do. That's true. And speaking of drum corps that change a lot or that know how to gauge and pace their season, the Blue Devils.
The Blue
Devils did their parent preview in Wyoming.
Yes.
A very popular state for drum corps to rehearse. Actually, the upper,
nice.
They're not dealing with 90 some odd degrees or a heat dome in the East Coast as we are right now. The Blue Devils did their show, and we kind of alluded to it earlier. The video leaked on YouTube.
Yes, it did.
I am not sure if it's still there.
It's not.
It's not.
I tried rewatching it.
You tried rewatching it. When I saw it, I was like, I have to watch this immediately. I'm surprised it lasted as long as it did.
It did, because it was up for a while.
It really was. So we got to see the Blue Devils, and I believe it was pretty much their full show.
It was a full show.
It was the full show.
In quotes, obviously. But
it's everything that they're ready to present to the general public this weekend when they debut publicly. Thoughts right off the bat, seeing it and hearing it? I know we kind of texted about it because, yes, I sent him immediately, like, watch this right away.
Yeah.
What'd you think?
I fell in love with the show. I think it's it's a good change from the past shows. I think it's definitely giving me, it's not the same, but it's giving me, the same ideas, changes everything. It's, not necessary. They're not copying the Blue Coast. That's not what I'm saying, but it's the similar vibe of they're trying to push something, and they're taking something similar, something as simple as the word gathering and turning it into this whole thing, gathering of whatever they decide to do with it. And I think the show is literally endless. I was thinking about the possibilities they could do and change whatever they want the whole season. And everyone's going to be like, oh, shoot, because it makes sense. It's so, simple to build with.
Yeah, it's Variations on a Gathering, the title of the show. So
Gathering of colors.
We're literally gathering right now. It could be 2 people. Everything they do, musically or visually, could fit into this concept, which is really smart.
It's really cool for the designers.
The problem, and this is more of a judging problem, is that the Blue Devils have to hope that the judges are smart enough to acknowledge and reward what they see and hear on the field. And if you are overwhelmed with so much stuff, sometimes you miss so many things. Now, the luxury of critique is the designers can go we really like you to pay attention to this musical moment. Yeah. Oh, okay, I'll watch it or I'll see it.
I mean, the good news is they're wearing 2 different colors, and a lot of times they just go together. So I think the basic, with the nitpicky stuff may be a little difficult, but at least everyone, the audience, you're gonna, from the beginning, they start the show by gathering together, you're gonna understand the gist. So.
Yeah. Now, they are opening with Uninvited and Kashmir, 2 fantastic popular music songs of the last 50 years. Because the math, I was all off on the. Okay. Yeah, it wasn't 30 years
20
ago.
years ago.
50 years ago. 1970, 50 years ago. They opened very controversially because what's the first wind instrument you hear?
Soprano saxophone.
It's an oboe.
It's an oboe?
Is it?
Oh, did I mess up?
No, it's okay because I thought it was an oboe. But the quality...
Whatever.
Okay, look. I'll say, you know what? I was not impressed with the audio quality of that video. Whether that is because
it was pixelated.
The video, or if it's because of the current miking system, I'm not certain.
They've never mic'd a woodwind before. Maybe they don't know what they're doing.
Well, anybody who knows marching band, God, oboes, double reeds are insane to Mike. Like, it's just not even just the instrument itself, but you're dealing with a reed that on any minute of any hour of any day could be awful. So you're already dealing with soprano sax would be the safer choice. So
they did do soprano sax later, though.
Okay, so the oboe, they opened it up, and then there's like a trumpet duet or a trumpet
duet. It's 2 trumpets and a soprano sax, I believe.
Okay, so it's a woodwind instrument at the very beginning with 2 trumpets.
You think woodwind should be in DCI?
Yeah. Sure.
Okay, good. Yeah. Me too. I was hoping so.
Yeah. I've been a proponent of the addition to it because I don't think...
My friends call me crazy.
Well, like, the reality is if they say, yeah, woodwinds, are you going to sacrifice 16 brass instruments to put 16 clarinets on the field? Like,
why can't we just add more?
Well, then that's a whole other discussion of you'll take numbers away from other drum corps. That's the argument is, well, if you can have 250 on a field... Everyone wants to go march Blue Devils and Blue Coats and Crown. And
well, if you allow like the same amount of woodwinds per corps, I don't think it's a problem.
And you're also pulling from an entirely different base of people. I think if you're a piccolo, if you're saxophone family, yeah, put them on.
Dude, I want to see a DCI woodwind feature. I'm just so curious what it looks like because we've never seen it. Like, how hard is it? What can they do?
I don't know. I'm sure that if a crown clarinet section would be double tonguing on it. Can you double tongue on a clarinet?
I don't think so. Not very well.
They'll figure it out. While I am a proponent of woodwinds, I am not yet sold on the implementation of the Blue Devils thus far at the very beginning.
I wish they did more. I feel like they kind of wrote the solo like it was on a trumpet.
Yeah, because it's...
Yeah, where's the melody? Where's the wiggles, dude?
Well, yeah, and maybe that's going to happen.
Yeah, it'll happen, I'm sure.
Or they're going to change the instrument. But the problem is, if you get a woodwind specialist for your drum corps, you're kind of stuck with that instrument, unless that person doubles on, like, oh, I can do flute, clarinet, sax, whatever. In its current iteration, I would be like, I don't think this is it yet.
I'm curious about the Blue Coats, because I know that they proposed the rule.
I thought Troopers proposed it.
Okay. I don't know. I read somewhere that the Blue Coats maybe proposed the woodwind rule for a woodwind soloist or something.
I don't know.
That would be cool.
We wrote a whole article about the judging the proposals.
Then you would know more.
What I was going to say was, and I don't remember.
Okay.
Right. So, in addition to Carolina Crown and Blue Devils, the Green Machine, the Cavaliers released their uniforms. They've been doing here's the repertoire, here's the uniforms. They have not officially, as of this recording, released their title yet, but they have their unis. Let's stick with uniforms for right now, and we are looking at our text group.
Yeah, we're looking at them
where we can see said uniforms. I'll start off. Do you remember that movie Tron Legacy?
I do.
This gives me Tron Legacy vibes. Yeah. Now, granted, this is green, and they're not glowing as of yet. But it does have those lines on the jacket and those curves that give me a Tron Legacy type of feel. What do you think about that? Or what do you think about the uniforms or whatever?
Yeah.
Put the picture. You'll see the picture right here if you haven't already seen it.
Yeah, I like how they look. I'm curious to see how they look in drill, obviously, because things look different when you're in the stands versus up close. But I mean, I don't hate it. Yeah.
Yeah, and based on the picture of the trio, it looks like perhaps that the color guard member is in the middle, because the 2 members on the left and right have the epaulet or the collar, but it's only on one side. The right side, based on their right shoulders, are left as we look at it.
Looks like what people in the 1950s imagine astronauts would look like right now.
That could be it.
Not a hate. Not a hate. No.
Exactly.
Like promised future vibes.
Yes. Yeah. For sure. I could be completely wrong, but I see the core member that has almost the L. It's on the left picture.
Yep.
That looks like a battery uniform.
Because you wouldn't want to put the harness.
Correct.
Yeah.
And then the one on the far right with the C looks like that would be the brass uniform.
Yeah.
Potentially. And then they also have these little colorful legging type looks on the bottom, a throwback to our 80s aesthetic. If I could not be right at all, but that's on there. So they also give me indoor percussion type vibes as well. But that's true. That is kind of where we've been going towards anyway in the activity in general. Marching band, drum corps. You can move a little better. You can breathe a little better. It doesn't weigh you down because we are marching in 200-degree weather when you come down south.
I'm a fan of simplified.
Yeah, for sure. Did you have to wear heavy wool in the Leander High School band?
Not wool, no.
No, you didn't have traditional uniforms?
Oh yeah, we did traditionals, yeah, but it wasn't like they were smart.
Gotcha.
FJM. Like they were.
Gotta breathe.
Yeah, they moved pretty well. I never really had problems with it.
Here's another question about trumpet playing. And I don't know if I've ever seen a picture of you do this, but I've sure as heck seen your dad do it in the Bobcat Marching Band.
Okay.
40 years ago? Whatever?
What?
90s? 90,
so it's probably 30.
Almost 30 years ago. Is it true that if you want to play high and loud, you jam your instrument into your mouth and you lean back and you crouch?
No.
No. What part is incorrect on that?
All of it.
Wait, but why do I see band members do that? Trumpet players do it all the time.
Well, because that's the easy route, but you injure yourself.
Oh.
Yes, of course. If you smash
I don't know that I've really seen your dad smash it.
Well, yeah.
But
if you smash your trumpet in your face and you tense up like this, you could definitely squeeze something out. But if you watch all the best lead players in the world, they sit there, they put the trumpet on your face, and it literally looks like this. They're just going, and they're playing the loudest thing because I mean it's the principle. You want to move a lot of air. Why would you tense up and block your rib cage like that? But that's why you look at the Blue Coats, look at the Blue Devils. They sit there, they're playing like, and they're like, you look at their bodies, like you could walk up to them, you could touch them, and their arm would go like this. They're flimsy because they're relaxed.
But have you ever done that?
Oh, I absolutely have.
Okay.
I'm speaking by experience. I'm not saying that I'm some
Okay, all right.
No, but
All right.
I have my own bad habits.
So if I want to, that doesn't do anything. It's just visually like, oh, look, we're playing louder.
Oh yeah, obviously, like whenever like if you had a trumpet section play something in a show and then they do this at the end, it's like, you know what, hell yeah. But
all right, that's fine, whatever. Yeah. Hey, how high can you play? What's the highest note you can play solidly, consistently?
Solidly, consistently. Sorry guys, it's only an E. But
doesn't Gil have like a whole?
I'm sure he could like.
I mean, he starts on an E.
Scott, yeah, that's his warm up.
Wow, you've let me down. Hey, can you play higher than your dad? Probably.
I don't know. I've never asked.
Imagine. Should we get him on the show? Let us know in the comment section down below. We should have a trumpet off.
Trumpet off. He used to try, like back when I first started playing, he tried to relearn for a little bit.
Sit next to you in the lessons. So the Cavaliers also released their musical selections. They have 5 parts, different titles. Part 1's titled Catalyst, original music by their composers and arrangers. Part 2, Diverge, featuring Baby Shower from The Flash by Benjamin Wallfish. Did you ever see The Flash?
When I was little, yeah.
No, I mean, the movie literally came out like
the
last year or so. No, okay, it doesn't matter. What do you mean you're little? What movie? What?
I feel like there was some sort of like Flash something when I was little. I remember something. I don't
Flash Gordon. Part 3, Within, A Fateful Meeting by James Newton Howard from the King Kong soundtrack.
Okay.
Part 4 is Kinetic, featuring Leviathan by John Sathis. It's got the silent P, like Pflugerville. I wonder if he's from Pflugerville. And then part 5 is Radiant, more original music by the arrangers. Also Hatching from Wild Robot by Chris Bowers and Empire of Angels by Thomas Bergerson. Did you ever see Wild Robot? It's a good cartoon. It's one of the best animated movies. The soundtrack's really good.
Do we know the show name?
No, we have not.
I was trying to. I was like, what?
Yeah, it is they're staggering it out. I think it's one of those like, when we reach this goal for fundraising, we'll release our uniforms and we'll release this. It's a fundraising.
That's cool. Yeah, that's valid.
It's they do stuff like that. So yeah, so that's the Cavaliers. And then as we stay with uniforms, the COLTS Drum and Bugle Corps out of Dubuque, Iowa, released a teaser video from their parent preview. We got to see their costumes, their flags. We got to see them in motion. Didn't hear any music and haven't heard anything official about their show in general. But I did tease in the previous episode that we were going to see that you would see the COLTS a mile away.
Yes.
And based on what we've seen, yeah. So they've got the 2-tone uniforms, both in the Corps proper and then the color guard. Now I don't know if there's only a single member. No, it doesn't look like that in the picture. There's a guard in pink in the same type of 2-tone uniform. Oh, yeah. And then there's the guards in the blue in almost that 2-tone uniform. They do have almost like an Illuminati eye.
Yeah, I was about to ask about that, what that
looks
means.
Like they have a dollar sign on one of the flags, which makes me think of the dollar bill that has all of that kind of stuff.
Yeah, because that's all on there.
And then as we look at the pink color guard uniform, that green is so close to the turf that I wonder that's got to be a conscious choice of we want it to look like we're disappearing into the like
last year,
cool.
Right? They did the Lion show, right?
The Lion King?
No, Lion like the.
Yeah, you're talking about how the lions.
Yeah, they blended it with the turf.
Right,
as well
right.
For
yeah,
Lucas Oil. So maybe they're trying to do it again.
Yeah. So my thought is this some sort of Illuminati show? Is it because it's the triangle, right? As Jay-Z does. This should be the thumbnail. So an Illuminati show, a conspiracy show. The Cavaliers did Secret Society a number of years ago, which was kind of an Illuminati show, kind of the idea of, if you're a Simpsons fan, the Stonecutters, secret fraternal organizations, deep state, lizard people. I wonder if Colts are going down a similar path with this show.
I'm curious how they utilize the uniforms, because it's the dual tone again. It could be cool. Like if you're right about it blending in with like Lucas Oil, I think it could be cool if they just randomly shoot red out of nowhere, because they would like blend in and then turn around. Could be cool. Yeah.
I don't even know if you've seen Broken Arrow from the early 2000s. They used to have a two-tone, like black and white.
Oh,
and
really?
They would do similar. We saw it in the video that Colts posted. They would come up to their stopping point and they would stop with the left foot forward, so they'd be all white, and then they'd hit the chord, and then they readjust,
and
then it would be all the black would show.
That's
so
cool.
They would do that a lot.
I could see that happening.
I imagine we're going to see a number of that kind of stuff happening with the Colts, or anybody who has sort of a half and half two-toned uniform. So more than likely, before the end of the weekend, we will know more about their shows. A lot of people are debuting their shows this weekend. Speaking of this weekend, there are two major world-class shows. There's a third show, which I think is more of an all-age open class type show on Friday, which the day that this is going to be released. Really, there's only 3 drum corps competing. It's a Midwest show. The Cavaliers, the Phantom Regiment, who we know nothing about, and Carolina Crown. So we will obviously hear stuff about Phantom Regiment on that. So if you look at that 3 things, what predict the order?
What? Oh, those 3?
Yeah.
It's
Cavaliers, Phantom, and Crown.
Dude, I have no idea. I mean,
so you think the Cavaliers could win?
Shoot, I mean, you talked them up a lot, so I don't know.
You heard it here first. Aiden Spicer thinks the Cavaliers could win.
That's not what I said, but
that's not what you didn't say, though. If you read between the lines, no.
I don't know. I want to. I mean, if I could do wants.
Yeah, do your wants.
I mean, I would want Phantom Regiment to win.
I would too.
I think that would be nice.
I would too, without knowing anything.
Without knowing anything about anything. It would be
Right.
nice to see right off the bat Phantom Regiment beating Crown. I feel like that'd be cool, because it's like, whoa, like Phantom Regiment is still here.
We discussed earlier about Carolina Crown, right? And me feeling that it wasn't a championship show.
I feel like it could possibly do fine, like in the beginning though. Like
and that is, they've come out of the gate very strong, many years.
It's hard that brass is gonna be hard to beat. Like,
it's true. It's true. They've got a lot of meat in their brass book. I've heard 2 of the 3 books. We've heard Crown officially. I've heard Cavies unofficially. I like Cavaliers' book more than I like Crown's book. So right now, on a want list, I would want the Cavaliers to place higher. Don't think that that's going to happen.
Yeah,
I think
I'm hoping it's Phantom, Crown, Cavies.
Someone's got to be third. Yeah. All right. Well, then let's make it a little tougher. On Saturday, we have a show of 5 drum corps.
5.
A sort of a West Coast type show, I guess. I don't know. I think it's actually in Colorado, which is why it's the Blue Knights show.
Okay.
I believe. So Troopers, who were just in Wyoming, the Colts, who are in Dubuque, Iowa, the Blue Devils, who are also in Wyoming, Boston Crusaders, who are starting with a Western tour, and then the Blue Knights. So right off the bat, we get a battle between the silver medalists and bronze medalists from last year, and I think the year before, when Boston tied with Blue Coats for second the year previous, if I remember correctly, or maybe fourth. I'm not really sure, but regardless, we have who is more than likely 2 of the top 3 drum corps. So what are you expecting? What do you want? And what are you thinking?
I really like the Blue Devils show.
Okay.
But I don't know anything about Boston at all.
No, I've heard
besides the show.
I've heard bits and pieces. Boom. I've heard their Interstellar hit. I've heard their drum stuff that they have posted online.
Okay. Well, maybe you can take that one, because you know more about Boston, but I haven't seen it, but I anticipate I will like Boston's show a little more, just because that's just more my vibe. But there's not anything. I still think the Blue Devils show is definitely changing the game still.
Right.
I really like it, but I don't know. I like those kind of vibes that Boston's giving.
Yeah, you know what? Let's put it out. I think Boston wins. I think Blue Devils are in second.
That would be cool to see.
Yeah. I think the Colts start in third, Troopers in fourth, and I think Blue Knights will bring up the rear at fifth.
Yeah.
On there. So I know that's pretty chalky We didn't say, well, what if the Troopers win? I know that, but this is the fun about doing this kind of stuff. Someone commented something about, y'all are making comments. You haven't seen a whole lot. You haven't heard a whole lot. I don't know why we're doing this. And my answer, hey, do you like professional sports or college sports at all? Do you watch any of that? I mean, we start off with preseason rankings for college baseball, football, based on nothing. Based on recruiting classes, based on momentum. Yeah, and then we go and we're like, then we adjust it. I think that if we're going to try to make this activity appeal beyond just a bunch of band nerds, because that's what we are, then why not have a little more fun with it? There's no offense to it. No. I say this every year. It's having fun. It's not being negative. As designers and as teachers, we need to have an incredibly thick skin and accept the fact that what we produce isn't going to be liked by everyone, and it's not going to be good all the time. And
if you were good all the time, that's freaking nature. Like that's not right.
It's not going to happen.
It's not human.
And to ask people, I think we should save our negative comments. It's not negative. You go like, I just didn't like the show. I thought last show's was better. That's okay. Like it's art. If what we are saying
doesn't mean it's not good.
Correct. We are producing art, and art is highly subjective. So, he may think Crown is the best thing since sliced bread, and I may think
it's not.
Blue Devils. I don't know. And that's okay. It doesn't mean neither is good. Doesn't mean neither is better. That's just the way it goes. And so, all the people out there that may get their feelings hurt or offended because somebody picked a drum corps better than, or didn't like my uniforms, or didn't like my, you know what? Get out of the game. I'm sorry to be this way. I said this last year, so I don't care. As a composer myself, you have to have a thick skin. As a sculptor, as an artist, as a writer, when you put something out into the world, it's out in the world. And you have to accept the good, the bad, the praise, the jabs, all of that stuff. It's like when you say marching band on the first episode of the program and someone says, please stop saying marching band. Did you see that? I told Aiden to stay off of the comment section because you're young and you might respond with memes or emojis or something.
Dude, at this point, it's okay. That's a hill I'll die on. Dude, we already have we have woodwinds now. Is it not a marching band? I don't know.
I mean, I think this is the thing. If I always ask this question to some people, like, no, I won't ask you because you're still young in your life. If you sit next to someone at an airplane and they ask you what you do you tell them, right? And I say, it's easier for me to tell someone I write band music.
Yeah.
Like when I have a bunch of sneaker friends, a bunch of people. They have no idea that between a marching band, a jazz band, they kind of do, a drum corps. So they go, how's your band stuff going this summer? Do you think I go, well, first of all, let's stop right there. No, I go, oh, it's going great. Like I told them today, hey, I'm filming an episode of my band stuff today. I think that we need to just stop being offended about this. Like it's band.
It is. Is it not? I mean, like if you went up to someone random and was like, oh yeah, drum corps. They're like, oh, like the Corps Cadets. Hook 'em, by the way. But like,
correct.
That's not what we're talking about.
Yeah. I tell everyone, they go, what are you doing? Oh, it's summer band. Oh, okay. Like, I don't have to spend 10 minutes explaining the difference between a drum and bugle. It doesn't matter. Do you have band instruments? Yep. Cool.
And you march.
Yeah. So I get that we're trying to maintain like this is, but it's, it's not, it's just band. It's just band.
It's true.
Last thing we'll talk about that is tangentially band related. You familiar with Travis Scott?
Oh yeah.
Do you like his music?
I do.
I don't particularly care much for it. I like Astroworld.
I mean, it's not he's not one of my top like 5, but like there's a couple songs like his average song's not really my vibe, but like every once in a while, like I'll hear him, I'm like, okay, that's pretty good.
Yeah, I like the beats.
Yeah.
I like all that kind of stuff.
I like the creativity of Utopia.
Yeah, all right. I listened to it once and that was enough for me. So Travis Scott was just recently named as the creative director, creative whatever, of Oakley sunglasses. And Travis Scott just recently was one of the featured artists at Coachella.
Yes.
And how is this band related? Wow. Matt Harloff, director of bands at Avon High School, brass caption head for Carolina Crown, and a team of brass players that wasn't just Crown brass. There were some HBCU instrumentalists that also took place in Travis Scott's Coachella performance earlier this year. A commercial just dropped yesterday on this taping that features Matt Harloff at the very beginning, staring right at the camera. We'll put a picture.
That is so
and
awesome.
He's wearing Oakleys, and in the background, they're playing the brass chord progression that they played.
From Crown. Yeah, But they also opened with that in the Coachella thing. And then
it peels back and there's Travis and he's walking, and then I think Matt opens his hand up and there's a key. Travis takes the key and opens and then walks through.
Aura, pure aura.
So this is great. This is great because you seem very excited about this.
Oh yeah, I mean, I think this is like a good first step into, like, if we bring this into drum corps, it's a good like first step into bringing drum corps even more mainstream and more paying attention, because I mean, do you know Matt almost didn't do it?
No, tell me more. Is this top secret? Is this breaking news?
Probably not.
Okay.
But the Dean Westman did our wind ensemble for our clinician concert.
Yeah.
He was our clinician, and he was there, and this was right when it was first going down. Like, it was literally like the day before, like, it got released that he was going to be doing it. And he came and he said that that Mr. Harloff, like, he almost didn't do it. Apparently, he was like, and who is this guy emailing me? Because apparently Travis Scott's like marketing team, like, I think either like called him or sent him an email or something like that, and he was just like, and he like originally wasn't going to do it because it was taking place during, I think, the finals run of
WGI
indoor. Yeah, WGI
wins.
finals. Yeah. And he was like, I don't even know if I want to do it. And then the students found out or something, and they were like, dude, what are you doing? Like, say yes. They were like, it's okay. Like, we'll forgive you not being there. You're going to go be with freaking Travis Scott. At least this is all alleged. This is all like, I guess, third-hand story.
Someone
at
can
this
put
point.
in the comments how true this is.
Yeah, any Avon band members. But then he went and did it. But dude, that is so cool. I'm a fan. Yeah. I don't know anybody who wouldn't be a fan.
Sure. As someone who I'm heavy into shoes, if anybody knows or cares or doesn't know. And Travis Scott has had a long time partnership with Nike and Jordan brand. And his collaborations are the most hyped right now. He's like the Kanye West was a number of years ago. And so his shoes sell out. They make a lot of money. They resell a lot. I don't even like them that much. I just know they sell a lot. Yeah. I'm not certain what Travis Scott brings to Oakley. I'm getting there. Don't worry.
Yeah.
Maybe he just wears them and everyone buys them because Travis Scott wears them.
I mean,
he's an influencer.
That seems.
Travis Scott's a very huge influencer right now. I think he's probably more known as an influencer than maybe anything else, but it doesn't matter. People are going to gravitate towards it. If that means that Matt Harloff is supplied with a lifetime supply of Oakleys, maybe he was already an Oakley fan. He seems like the type of guy that wears Oakleys.
Yeah, he would.
Yeah, like he's got them wrapped around.
That's fine.
If this leads to, I'm interested why, like, he's like, hey, let's put you in the Oakley ad. Like, I would love to hear why they thought Matt Harloff
That's true.
should be in the Oakley ad, because this is no offense to us band folk, but we're not like celebrity type. Like, wouldn't you think George Clooney would be up there? Like, you would pick like a big deal.
I think it's more. You look at Matt Harloff. I mean, the dude's just aura, bro. Like he said, like he's just got the face. I mean, when he put those sunglasses on, he was just staying there. I was like,
I mean, he does look like he naturally wears Oakleys. His profile picture is him in his car, and he's got his Oakleys on.
Yeah, I mean,
Yamaha hat.
Travis Scott chose him because he watched the video. This was also in the story they told us. He watched the video of that one hit that they play.
Oh, yeah.
Drop the hammer. And he was like, he told his marketing team, he was like, I need that guy. I need that guy.
Wow.
Because of just the way he was, I don't know.
His over-exaggerated conducting style?
Yeah, it was just cool because he was like, I want to have a band. And I think it was also cool that he mixed a little bit of Crown and HBCU. Like, good to see both worlds playing together. That was awesome. And I think he chose him because he just liked him. I don't know. He was just a cool-looking guy.
Wow.
Yeah, he saw it on YouTube and was like, I want that in my set.
I've been educated. I'm indifferent. I don't wear Oakleys. I'm not going to wear Oakleys. I don't care.
I have off-brand Oakleys that look like, just like the ones in the video.
Oh my gosh!
Found them.
Should have brought them.
I know.
You knew we were going to talk about it today.
I didn't even think about that until just now.
That's why you got to be prepared.
They're at Goodwill for $2 in like 2021 or something.
Oh well, now that means they're $20
probably
because all you youngsters go thrifting all the time and resell.
Sorry.
Yeah. So that's Matt Harloff and the Oakleys and the Travis Scott. Maybe he's gone Hollywood. Maybe no. Maybe we'll never see him again. He's going to be on private jets. You'll see him on a Taylor Swift, a Beyonce. Who do you think Matt Harloff's favorite artist is?
Favorite artist?
Because I'm willing to put money on that. He doesn't listen to Travis Scott before.
Oh no way! He didn't even know who he was. So
let's see. Matt Harloff's probably you're a little older than your dad's age. That would make him older than me. Heavy into classical type music, band music, but
I'm sure
a pop artist.
My first gut reaction would be country, but he's not Is he from Like, is he from the South? I don't know.
I don't know. I know he's in the Midwest.
Yeah, that's why I was thinking of like.
They like country music in Indiana.
Yeah, I know, but I was thinking, I don't know, like maybe, or like, it's either like country music or like 90s hip hop or something like that, or 80s, maybe 80s.
Yeah, I'm in the same realm, but I'm gonna be very specific.
Yeah, go ahead.
I think his top 2 favorite bands, and he will go see them anywhere and everywhere: Dave Matthews Band and Hootie and the Blowfish.
Okay.
Matt Harloff is probably the number 1 Hootie and the Blowfish Dave Matthews Band fan.
You think he likes Coldplay? I was getting that vibe a little bit.
You know what? Yeah, I would.
I was thinking about it.
Yeah.
I could see that.
I could see him being a big Coldplay fan.
Yeah.
Number 3 to
never met him, so I don't
to Dave Matthews and Hootie. Let us know if you know better, or Matt Harloff could just tell us.
Yeah, could you please tell us what you listen to?
Yeah, I want to know that. I'm more about I know that when I interview band people, I'm always
we can make like Gem Spotify playlists.
Oh,
what's your favorite teachers listen to?
Yeah, look at this. Now we're cooking with gas. There we go. All right, come on the show and let us know, or put in the comment section.
Yeah,
and let us know what you think Matt Harloff's favorite band is: Dave Matthews, Hootie, Coldplay, or 90s hip hop.
Yeah,
or country.
Yeah,
it's a wide gamut, but I was specific. All right. Yeah. Any sponsorship, please, for us today?
No sponsorship, please. Not gonna lie.
Okay. Well, HGO, we're still hoping.
Yeah, still hoping on HGO.
I'm still hoping. Topo Chico, if you want to sponsor us, we'll gladly take it. Yeti.
Oh yeah.
The Yeti's an Austin brand. So are we.
Really? I didn't know Yeti's from Austin. I guess I'm fake.
Well, you're from Leander. It's okay.
Yeah, it's different.
That's all right.
Different county.
Yeah. Did you get anybody sliding your DMs and be like, "Yo, I saw you on Gem"?
I didn't tell any of my friends, and they watched the show, and then they just randomly sent me a screenshot, and they're like, "Yeah," "Yo." I was like, I don't know. I just thought it was funny if I wouldn't say anything. They thought it was hilarious.
Do you feel like a celebrity now?
No.
Did Josh appreciate you shouting him out?
I think so.
Did he say like, "Yo, dog, appreciate the shout out"?
Appreciate the shout out.
I don't know how your kids talk. That was, I don't know. How would you say that was cool in youngster speak?
That's fire.
Can't say it. That's fire.
I
That's
guess.
boring.
Um,
Yo, man, you slayed.
Can't say that anymore.
You don't do that anymore?
No, slay's not a thing. Maybe I may have just upset a lot of like year 3, 4, and 5s in college, but like, I feel like I haven't heard it in a while. But my coworkers do say it.
But they're
like class of 22, 21.
Did the kids tell you that you had mad riz on the video? Did they say that still?
Kind of, I guess.
Oh, okay.
They wouldn't say mad riz. I think they'd just be like, oh no, they wouldn't. They say that's game.
I'm determined to be
Dude,
cooler
that's game.
by the end of the summer because of you.
Well, I don't know. Someone's in the comments gonna be like, "This guy sucks. He doesn't know what he's talking about."
Oh, it's coming. Don't worry.
But
don't worry. Just get ready for it. Gotta have a thick skin. We're getting on TV.
Getting ready.
Tune in, subscribe, thumbs up. Did your Instagram followers go up? A couple? We'll put it right there again. Oh, wow. All right. Well, what were you at before?
I don't know.
A couple thousand?
I honestly don't think it was from Jen. 'Cause it was just like, or maybe. I don't know.
All right. Well,
I think it was like 2 or something, but I couldn't tell.
Gotcha. All right. Well,
not that it's about that.
We'll be back recording on Sunday. It'll drop Monday. And we're just going to keep going with the program.
Keep going.
All right. Freeze frame?
Yeah.